on time yesterday.
They're in the vein of being a championship team when they play the way they played last night. And that's featuring James Cook, but also allowing Josh Allen to stay around those attempts and completions to protect himself. This team is 6-0 when James Cook has more than 100 yards in the game. From scrimmage, doesn't matter if that's handing the football off or getting him involved in the passing game. He's in that vein of an Alvin Kamara of years past. He's in that vein of a Christian McCaffrey by the way that they're using him and getting him in space. And he is such a cerebral runner. The jump cut, the ability to get in and out of breaks and then get north and south makes him a really good back. But this team functionally is better when James Cook is the feature and not Josh Allen, as crazy as that sounds.
I also think you saw why being at home is so important. This offense is predicated on information. And the way that they shift in motion, use their backs and their receivers to gather that information, it's enormous advantage at home. So they move the back out. No one goes with them. They know that once the receiver goes and the defender follows, it's man. And the second thing is, Bolton, the backer up top, is really the pressure guy. Now, once the ball gets snapped, you'll see that Shakir's the guy that they want to double team. So then it goes quarterback 1, it's man-to-man 2. That matchup is advantage. That is Tranquil versus Kincaid. Shoot. Now go to the end of the game. You're in that 3-by-1 formation, point to the linebacker, you got to block him. Everybody on the defense thinks, down block, down block, down block, here comes double team. But you reverse the quarterback out. They've got eyes on those receivers and those tight ends going towards the football. The back takes a great track, James Cook. So it's all about them being at home, having the time to do those different motions and shifts. The quarterback realizing what the defense is, especially against a matchup like Kansas City. That's why I thought this game was such a big deal for Buffalo. And I do believe if they are the 1 seed, they'll go to the Super Bowl.
Wow. Okay, by the way, if you're at home, you're like, there's really loud music and it got crazy in here. I just want to reference the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders are on the field, the iconic Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. They see us coming, they're like, it's time to rehearse. All right, listen, the people. Mina, defensively. There they are. Get it, girl. Hey. You didn't have to turn around. You put it right in front of you. Enjoy. They're very talented. Very talented. Mina, defensively, Buffalo. The Chiefs in check. This offense has been so good lately. Stop it, Dan.
How am I supposed to
How are they able to do it?
Doing his thing. So they did get a lot of pressure in this one. I thought Bosa was impactful, but then going back and rewatching, to me, it was actually more about the coverage. A few things jumped out, some tweaks that I thought the Bills made. They played more man coverage on early downs, very smart, more dime. And then they took away the easy buttons for Patrick on throws of 2.5 seconds or less, thinking slants, screens, those quick outs that he's so good at. He was 5 for 10 for 23 yards. And going back and watching every single quick pass, I swear, Cole Bishop was in on at least half of them. I mean, I don't know if there's a defensive player in this league who had a more impactful game than him in this one. He was sticky in coverage, he was flying to screens, he was making tackles, breaking up passes. An all-world performance from Bishop and a greatly improved performance from this Bills secondary.
I think a large part of it is, right, styles make fights. And if you're going to play against the Buffalo Bills, you want to be able to run the football. That's not where Kansas City is strong offensively. And so when you look at the play on the back end, especially the young players of the Buffalo Bills, it was amazing. She's already mentioned Cole Bishop, Maxwell Harrison, who actually didn't start this game, but was implemented throughout the game. He made some huge plays. The speed he was able to add on the back end to run step for step with a guy like Xavier Worthy. And I thought the play in space and at the point of attack by the secondary was absolutely amazing. And when you add that combined with some of the pressure we were able to see up front and the wins one-on-one from guys like Joey Bosa, it was a masterful performance by Sean McDermott's defense.
How many times do you see teams play like a man concept on one side and a zone concept on the other side?
Well, also you saw it in this game too, in that man concept where you would slide people with right. So you saw that especially late in the game, and you had Maxwell Harrison one-on-one with a guy like Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, this is the first time in Mahomes' career that he completed less than 50% of it. Lisa, it's a situation with 3 wins, 4 losses, and a tie. So is the glass half full or half empty in Dallas this season?
Yeah, right. Well, when a team team averages almost 31 points a game, one would think that they'd have a winning record, right? Unless, of course, you are the Dallas Cowboys and your defense is giving up more than 31 points a game. Now, after last week's lopsided loss to the Broncos, head coach Brian Schottenheimer asked players in the locker room to raise their hand if anyone felt like they had performed well at home. No one did. Schottenheimer said there was enough blame to go around in that game on both sides of the ball, and he promised that there would be changes. But it's really the Cowboys defense that has struggled this season. Without Micah Parsons, Dallas's pass rush is almost non-existent, sacking opposing quarterbacks on just 5% of dropbacks. But despite all of the defensive challenges, including now an injury-depleted secondary, Schottenheimer said he still has full confidence in his team. Why? Well, because of the way Dak Prescott has been playing. Prescott entered the week leading the league in QBR, completions, and passing attempts, and he's got all of his weapons now that CeeDee Lamb is healthy. In the 2 games that CeeDee has been back from that ankle sprain, 12 catches, 184 yards, and a touchdown. And Lamb told me he's still not quite 100%, but he said it's good enough to compete at a high level.
Yeah, he looks pretty good, right? He's 7 receptions away from tying Des Bryant for 3rd most in team history. Only Jason Witten and Michael Irvin have more, and as you know, Lisa, CeeDee Lamb's only 26 years old. Cannot wait to see you tonight on the sidelines and on the broadcast, of course. Let's get back to some of the action from Sunday. As we go to the Patriots, taking on the Falcons, Drake May and Michael Penix Jr. getting ready to go. Late second quarter, Patriots leading 14-7. And May hits Stephon Diggs, who makes a man miss here and finds the end zone.
Yeah, Steph is just having an outstanding season. He's the comfort for Drake May. Really good with the ball in his hands for finding a touchdown.
Patriots lead 21-14 at the half. Late quarter. Wow, Penix connecting with Drake London. Unreal catch.
Every time that Michael Penix threw the ball to Drake London, it topped the previous catch. That was sensational.
All they need now is an extra point to tie the game. But, Marco Romo misses the kick, so the Patriots win 24-23. That's a heartbreaker for the Falcons. But, good for the pass. All right, let's go to the Broncos and the Texans. Bo Nix, C.J. Stroud are ready to go. Early second quarter, the Texans lead 3-0, and Stroud scrambling up the middle, goes down the slide, then, oh man, every time you see that, it's just
such a tough play for the Houston Texans. He had that momentum from the San Francisco game, playing very well early. You hope CJ is okay.
He suffered a concussion, would not return to the game. We'll continue to keep an eye on him. Here's Nix firing to Cortland Sutton for the 30-yard touchdown.
That was a weird play. Derek Stingley sort of played outside like he was expecting help. Cortland Sutton gets down the field. Bo Nix with an absolute dime.
Okay, the Broncos trailing 15-7 early fourth quarter, and Nix to R.J. Harvey, 27-yard touchdown.
That's the same play that we saw the Vikings had the game winner against the Bears early on. You get the back maxed up on the back are beautiful.
They went for 2, they tied it up, and there's Nix scrambling for a gain of 25
yards. But they did this like 6 or 7 times yesterday, the designed rollout. It must have been something that Bo was
right through, he says. Kick it, Will Lutz.
And I think he listened, because that's what he does. He drills it. 34 yards for the win. The Broncos win it 18-15. All right, Peter, how do you explain some of these comebacks for the Broncos? It's been sort of, if you're a Broncos fan, you're holding on to your shirt, but they've been able to do it.
They're the cardiac kids of 2025. They are now 4-0 in games where they're trailing entering the fourth quarter. In the last 6 games, they've outscored opponents 86-20 in the fourth quarter. You start looking at what this team does. In the first 3 quarters, that was atrocious from the Broncos offense yesterday. It was horrible. Texans are in control the entire game, and then Bo Nix comes alive, finds a way. Speaking of sources in Denver this morning, the reason it works is because the guys on the defensive side of the ball trust that Nix will get it together when it matters most. And yesterday, they held the Texans. Texans only converted 3 of 17 on 3rd down, and the defense never turned their back on the Broncos offense. A lot of times you'll see a defense say, come on, get this together. It's not that. Nix finds a way. Peyton has trust in him. If Bo Nix, it's not pretty. It's not going to show up on the stats, the intangibles, the mental IQ. It's not going to be a QB rating or some other statistic. It's just an intangible factor that team trusts him. They win another game.
All right, I just had to do something here. I forgot to introduce you, Peter. Welcome to the show. I got so excited about the Broncos. Peter Schrager is here. All right, go ahead, RC.
Well, I think, it helps the Denver Broncos that Davis Mills was quarterbacking and not C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud started that game, and it seemed like he had a good feel for how to navigate the rush and push the football down the field. But let's think about some of those wins that Peter is talking about in 4-0 trailing in the fourth quarter. Philadelphia, Bo Nix legs played a part.